Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Stocks Around Us with me, Pizza. Guys, I'd like to welcome you all to my new dream home, just for today, here at the Burasiri Panya Intra Road Village. And you know, now that I'm here, what I really want to do is pretend that I'm starring in some sort of vintage American film. Because as I'm walking in this neighborhood, I feel like I'm living in this dreamy, idealistic American village. Come on guys, I'll show you around. For sipping a cup of tea in a fine day, though obviously not underneath this hot afternoon sun. Also, if you take a look at the roof here, you can see that it's quite steep. You see, Western homes have steeper roofs because in cold places, people have to try to get rid of the snow as quickly as possible. But since we don't have that problem here, obviously, the roofs are simply a function of style. So overall, this is a nice, quite romantic place. Decent for starting a family, which I'm sure many people are thinking about when they're looking to buy homes. So today, we're going to explore a stock that builds many of these beautiful homes that we all want to live in. Ladies and gentlemen, the company is Sansiri Public Company Limited. Sansiri is one of the top property developers in Thailand. They've built various types of projects such as single houses, detached houses, townhouses, home offices, and condominiums. These projects are under different brands that target customers from all income segments. For example, Sansiri offers single houses that start off at about 2.5 million baht and then go all the way to over 10 million baht. These brands include Habitat at the lower end of the spectrum, or the Burasiri Village, which is the medium price houses that we're exploring today, and the luxurious 20 degrees villa that have a starting price of 19 million baht. And there are many of all these projects. In addition, they also develop a number of townhouses and condominiums such as Town Avenue, D Condo, and the Via Condominium brands, the Base, and many more. In the past, Sansiri has built projects worth over 56 billion baht, comprising of residences within Bangkok and other key provinces, such as Hua Hin, Phuket, Khao Yai, Chiang Mai, and Pattaya. In 2012, Sansiri focused on expansions in these upcountry areas. In fact, they introduced 51 new projects, 24 being upcountry and the rest in Bangkok. A large portion of these developments were condominiums because, unsurprisingly, there's been an increase in demand for high-rise condos. Apart from property development, which earns the big bucks, Sansiri also does property services, which helps provide synergy for the entire business as a whole. So these are things like property management, brokerage, consultancies, and overseas real estate investments, specifically in the UK. Guys, our tour of this house has just gone way more exclusive because joining us here today is the director of Sansiri himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kun Srettha Thavisin ค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ คุณเศรษฐา First of all, thank you so much for having us here in this lovely village.
Thank you very much.
It's very nice.
Very nice of you to give us a chance to explain our story.
Thank you. So to start off, could you please tell us what the property market is like now in Thailand?
I think you need to compare it with the previous crisis in 1997 when there were about a couple of thousand developers. Now only a couple hundred, but market is very concentrated on maybe 6-7 major players, which is, to us, the developer is very healthy, and to consumers it also offers a sense of security because those big firms are now certain to be able to deliver units to them, unlike back there in 1997 where when consumer bought into the piece of paper saying that they would get such and such, many of them didn't get anything because of the weak financial position of the developers.
Right, so you're saying that the demand for housing now is quite healthy, would you say?
It's very healthy. It's growing at a steady rate. It's not 30-40%. It's about 8 to 12%, which I think it's very sustainable, if I may use the word, meaning we should be seeing maybe 5 to 15% for the next 3 to 4 years, depending on the rate of the infrastructure development that government is churning out.
This year. What is your sales target for this year?
Last year, I think we had about 40,000 plus billion. This year, we're targeting for about 48 billion of pre-sales, okay, which is going to be the highest ever. Our current backlog is about 60 billion, which is, I think, highest in the industry, highest in I think the second highest is about 34 or something.
So you're definitely going to meet and maybe exceed your target, then you would say?
We hope so. We hope so. It depends on the speed in which we can launch the project.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, since Sansiri develops so many different types of projects, could you give us a general breakdown of the revenue each category contributes?
Yes. Obviously, we have a townhouse, as you are aware of, single detached house, which is this is single detached house, and also condominiums. The split between high-rise and the low-rise is about 50-50. Okay. On an ongoing basis, we like to have 40% condominium, 40% single detached house, and 20% townhouses. But I think this year we have about maybe 10-12% townhouses.
So the trend would be in high-rise, you'd say?
No, the trend would still be about 40-40-20. That's a long-term goal. Yeah, but each year fluctuates a little bit here and there.
So, lately, many property development firms have expanded outside of Bangkok. How much has Sansiri ventured into these other areas?
Our percentage business split this year will be 30% upcountry and 70% Bangkok. Now we are in Chiang Mai, we are in Phuket, we are in Udon, Khon Kaen, and Chonburi as well, Pattaya. I think we are the largest developers that have gone upcountry. I think that's in line with the infrastructure development of the government, the 2.2 trillion baht infrastructure developments that is now firmly in place. We foresee that the economic expansion into our country will be the key driver into us expanding into our country.
I see. And what type of developments are you building there?
Mostly we are going in with low price condominium with pricing range of about 1.2 million to about 1.7. And then in some provinces like Chiang Mai and Phuket, we also have single detached house and townhouses.
Oh, so quite a spread
Yes,
of projects.
yes.
And let's talk about some of the difficulties that you face. You know, as a property development firm, how much has the rise in minimum wage and the construction costs affected your profits?
I think it's given that with the current economic expansion and also the low unemployment rate. You have to remember unemployment rate in Thailand is about 0.4%, which is probably the lowest in the world.
Yes.
I mean, that means there's high demand for labor. I mean, obviously high price, all right? And it doesn't just affect us only, it's affect every industry. I think we have to live with that. And needless to say, we are fighting hard for labor, competing with the labor to get the labor and to make sure that we deliver the product to the consumer on time.
All right. Right. Well, thank you very much นะคะ คุณเศรษฐา
Pleasure.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Pleasure.
Financial highlights. At the end of 2012, Sansiri's revenue was about 30 billion baht, a growth of 20% in 4 years. Its net profit was about 3 billion baht, growing by 23%. The net profit margin was about 10%, a growth of 3% from 2009. And the ROE was about 23%. It grew by 11%. The PE of Sansiri was at 12.25. This is a growth of 42%. And the PBV was 2.22, which is a growth of 50%. At the end of 2012, Sansiri's share price was 3.52 baht and rose to 4 baht in the first quarter of 2013. In the first quarter of this year, the market cap of Sansiri was about 38 billion baht. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Sansiri. Join us again next time for more company highlights with me, Pissacha. And now, it's such a shame that I have to leave such a beautiful place, but I'll still see you guys next time. Bye! Do you want to know what it's like in the show business? Come with me and see what it's like to be a pop star at one of the leading entertainment networks in Thailand. See you soon!